Good day, everyone. This is Teacher Justina, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new, then do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and to comment below for more video updates. Our video for today is all about multiplication of rational expressions. Okay, so let us multiply this following rational expression. Okay, we will be multiplying 2 over x times 3/5. Thus, as we multiply fractions, we multiply both numerator and both denominator. So 2 times 3 is equal to 6, and x times 5 is 5x. And so forth. There's no common in the numerator and in the denominator, so therefore this is already the final product. Number 2, before we multiply both numerator and denominator so as to avoid uh, a big product, we need to find or see to it if there's no common in the numerator and in the denominator before we multiply. So doing that is to find out its factors. So there is a 4x in the numerator and there is a 12 in the denominator, so we can factor it this way. Instead of 12, we multiply 4 and 3. So that is our first fraction, 4x over 4 times 3. And then the 3 there will be rewritten. And then the 8 x could be factored out as 4x times 2. So the next move is to find out if there is common in the numerator and in the denominator. So remember that 4x and 4x will gives us a quotient of 1 because 4x divided by 4x is equal to 1. And there is a 3 in here and a 3 in the denominator. So this will also gives us a quotient of 1. So the remaining product will be the 4x and 4x are already cancelled. And the remaining here is understood 1. And this is over 4 times 2 will be equal to 8. And that 1 over 8 is already our final product. Okay, let's proceed to number 3. The x squared plus 2x, remember that there is a common in first and second term, which is x. So therefore, x squared, that's 1x squared divided by our greatest common or common monomial factor. It will gives us x, and there is a plus in here, so plus. So 2x divided by x will be 2. Okay, and this is over 2x, that's 1. And then times the 4x could be factored out as 2x times 2. In factoring, one of the techniques is to also try check in the denominator so as to give you a hint. Okay, remember that 4x and there is a 2x in the denominator, so 2x could be multiplied by a 2 so as to get 4x because there is a 2x in the denominator. So over the x squared minus 4 can be factored out as x plus 2 and x minus 2 because this is a difference of 2 squares. So for the next, we are now ready to find the common factors in the numerator and in the denominator. Remember, we can only cancel numerator versus denominator. Okay, so therefore, the x plus 2 and the x plus 2 will give us a quotient of 1. And then the 2x and the 2x are also giving us a quotient of 1 or can be cancelled. So the remaining is, or the remaining terms are x and a 2. Thus, this will gives us 2x over, okay, remember, this is already a 1 and a 1 times x minus 4. Thus, therefore, this is already, okay, it's not x minus 4, but this is uh, x, this is x plus 2 and x minus 2 as factors of x squared minus 4. So therefore, we're able to Find now the final product as to have the x times 2, which is 2x, and the remaining is x minus 2 in the denominator. And remember, it is not allowable to cancel the x in here and the x in here because our denominator is a binomial. Next, number 4. We have 2x minus 1. It's already simplest. And then over x plus 1 times the x squared minus 1. Its factors are x plus 1 and x minus 1 and over 1 minus 2x. So let's proceed now to cancellation to the common factors. So x plus 1 and x plus 1 are cancelled. And then we have the 2x minus 1 and then times x minus 1 and then over 1 minus 2x. Remember that the 2x minus 1 and the 1 minus 2x could gives us, we can adjust this negative 1 minus 2x as to have it this way. 2x minus 1 and then x minus 1. The 1 here is positive. Okay, this could be the negative 2x. We could write it in this way. Remember that our original is negative 2x. So negative times positive 2x. So we have the negative 2x. And then we have the positive 1 originally. Thus, we can write it here as negative 1. 1 times negative 1 will gives us positive 1. In this sense, we can now conclude that the 2x minus 1 is now common. Thus, remember that this is already a 1. So therefore, our final answer is x minus 1. And this is over 1 already because our negative in here is already written here. And then to further simplify, we just simply distribute the negative. Negative times x times negative 1. We have negative x plus 1. And this is our overall product. Okay, let's proceed to the next example. Okay, so x squared minus 5x plus 6 can be factored out into, okay, the factors of 6, which will be giving us a negative 5 is x minus 3 and x minus 2. Because negative 2 times negative 3 will have a positive 6. If we will add a negative 3 and a negative 2, we have a negative 5. And then over the x squared minus 2x minus 3. The factors of 3, negative 3 rather, are x minus 3 and x plus 1. We multiply negative 3 times 1, we have a negative 3. If we will add a negative 3 and a 1, we have a negative 2. So we are then factoring our first fraction. This is our first fraction. This is our second fraction. The x squared minus 4 can be factored out as x plus 2 and x minus 2. And this is over, again, this is the difference of 2 squares still. So x plus 1 times x minus 1. Let's proceed now to cancellation. So the x minus 3 and x minus 3 are common. Thus, is there any other common? We have the x plus 2. We have the x plus 1 in here. So x minus 2, there's none. The x, so therefore our final answer will be, we have uh, we have already x minus 2 times, okay, there's no such enough space, thus we will be writing in here, it will be x minus 2, and then we have to have the x squared minus 4. Okay, why I have written this back to the original? Because there's no such common. thus as well as this x plus 1, and then the x plus 1 times x minus 1 can be written back to the as it is written originally. This time, since we are now multiplying them, we are going to apply the distributive property. So x times x squared will gives us x cubed. The x times negative 4 will gives us negative 4x. The 2 times x squared will gives us negative 2x squared. And the negative 2 times negative 4, we have a positive 8. Then we can now multiply our, remember this is our division bar. We can now distribute the x here. The x times x squared is x cubed. Okay, we can add them later vertically. And then the x times negative 1 is negative x. And we have to write them. We have to align them because they are similar terms. So 1 times x squared will be positive x squared, while 1 times negative 1, we have a negative 1. So we add them vertically. So x, we have, no, I'm sorry. We cannot add them. I'm sorry. I supposed to, instead of, okay, so therefore, remember that this one, this is our numerator, and this is our denominator. Okay, the product of this one. So therefore, what shall we do next is to arrange them in descending order. So x cubed followed by 2x squared minus 4x plus 8, and then our denominator will be x cubed plus x squared minus x, and then minus 1. And this is our, this will be our entire product. So that's it. Okay, let's proceed to this last example. Okay, so we are going to factor out again the x squared minus 2x minus 3. So far the factors are x minus 3 and x plus 1 as the factors of this, and then over x plus 1. So we are done. Remember that we are multiplying them. So the next there is, we are going to rewrite the x minus 5 over the factors of x squared minus x minus 6 is x minus 3 and x plus 2, because negative 3 times positive 2, we have a negative 6. If we add a negative 3 and a 2, we have a negative 1. So let us now proceed if there is a common factor. And then so far, the x minus 3 and the x minus 3, and then followed by the x plus 1 and the x plus 1 can be also cancelled. So our final remaining terms in the numerators are only x minus 5, and then our remaining denominator is x plus 2. So this is our product of this number 3 and 4 rational expression. Okay, guys, I hope you have learned something from my video today. And to be updated, please do comment below and hit the notification bell for video notifications. This has been Teacher Justina, and thank you for watching. That in all things, God may be glorified. Goodbye, everyone.